reasons why many of us are still battling with some of the issues and concerns from our weight loss and wellness journey. In order for us to truly attack our issues that we may be battling with that's surrounded around weight, we have to sometimes look back. I didn't say go back. I said look back. We have to look back to assess where things may have gotten skewed and altered our hearts, minds, our souls, one way or another. When we learn that, we then work on that space to better it. Y'all got my back? Are y'all following me? Is everyone with me? Let me grab some tissue 1 second. I normally have music on. I don't have music on because I actually wasn't home. And then I met a beautiful lady this morning, Michaela, and it just touched my heart because it was like finding someone that finally gets it. It was just such a blessing. And because I was on my way to come live, and I actually ended up hanging out with her a little bit in her live stream and tapping that like button and just offering my love and encouragement in any way that I can support her platform. Yeah, because we need more options for people to seek some services in mental health area around weight loss. And it just doesn't exist. It's just not a big area, but it's growing. We need more women of color that are therapists, retired psychiatrists, retired counselors, that necessarily may not do behavioral health still, but have had weight loss and wellness journeys because they will bring that personal experience as well as that professional knowledge, right? That's what makes it so amazing, is when the helper has been helped in that same powerful way, it brings a different component when they have that educational space behind them, because now they can move in an area for you that gives you more solidified services, okay? Meaning, say, for example, what if you're overeating because you're suffering from anxiety? Well, a therapist is going to be able to give you tactics and techniques so that when you do stop eating and stop chewing and you need that support, the therapist is going to be able to provide you with actual techniques to support that. Okay. So let's get into it. So as you know, we come live every day. We do a daily reading. My girls are talking in WhatsApp. I wanted to make sure. Good morning, uniquely me, and I think it's Quinita, Monique, Quinita. I can't say your name. Quinita, I think. Welcome in, beautiful. Okay, you guys ready? So if you just now tapping in, we're on day 24. So for the last 24 days, we've literally been reading from these two books. I've been coming live every day for consistency to not only help you face your fears, but to keep facing my fears. I believe the only reason why I've been able to go from this to this is because I was willing to deal with this and this. And what I want to allow you a safe space to do is that same thing, is to walk in all of your light and in all of your truth, so that if there's anything hindering you from excelling and being the best version, I'm not talking about just losing weight. Everybody can lose weight. That's what many of y'all don't understand, is everybody can lose weight. It's about keeping it off. And the cool thing about me is I lost this weight. It's been 10 years. 10 years ago, guys, can you believe it? 479 pounds 10 years ago. You guys need to be tapping that like button like nothing else. 479 pounds naturally over 10 years ago, and I'm still maintaining it. Do you hear what I just said? Let me try you again, because y'all don't hear what I'm saying, because see, y'all here playing. You don't got to be mad. You don't got to be mad, baby. Join me. I'm in these streets every day trying to get you to join me. Baby, I want you to do it too. Don't you understand how many more stories I need there to be from this to this? I need there to be more from this to this. I don't care if you want to shoot it up, cut it up, keto it up, vegetarian it up. I don't care how you do it. All I'm asking you to do is look at the way you think while you're doing it. All I'm saying is check your thoughts. If you have battled with your weight to the point where you require medical injections, medical surgeries, and chronic dieting, baby, something is going on upstairs. I said 479 naturally. Okay, you know what? I ain't gonna even do it. Y'all, day 24. Because y'all play too much. And y'all know I'm serious. Y'all play too much. I'm going to go do all this motivating and inspiring and giving, inspiring this wellness to the people that want it. I ain't going to be wasting y'all time. Y'all not going to be having me in these streets talking to myself. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not. What I'm willing to do, though, is to show up for you every day so you can see that what you once thought was a big old elephant in the room and it was unobtainable, unachievable. What I'm trying to show you is that not only is the goal that you have in front of you, no matter how big, I don't care if you need to lose 500 pounds. You ain't saying nothing but a word. That's why some of y'all out here struggling to lose 100. That's why I don't understand what we press for. There's people out here losing 500. What you press for at 100. All you got to do is switch it up and flip it up. That means we ain't switched it up and flipped it up enough yet. That's all that means, is that we got to flip it up. We got to smack it up, flip it, and rub it down in a different way. You might have been rubbing up. You might need to rub down. You might have been rubbing to the left. Maybe you might need to rub to the right. Some of y'all don't want to transition to get to a position where you can be leveled up in the right way. You're looking for too many microwave, get back quick fixes. Too many of y'all looking for a scam to get the weight off instead of willing to get down to get the weight off. All I'm saying is I'm just trying to point out to you where I came from. See, I'm talking about me. Y'all think I'm talking about you. I'm talking about her. She was a mess. Hot mess. They probably created that word specifically for me and my types. You see, I was willing to eat myself to death. They told me that the way I was behaving in terms of the way I was eating was going to kill me. I knew the food, the red dye, caused me to get sick. I knew the red dye triggered my symptoms of antiphospholipid lupus. I knew that. Remember, I'm educated. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been doing this a while. Good morning, Cynthia. So good to see you. Welcome to my mods in the building. Hold it down. Get it back. Hey. You understand what I'm saying? So I knew that my behavior was already a problem, but I didn't quite know why I couldn't get a hold of it. I'd already felt that the surgery had a reversal. I had already tried to get frozen fat off, burnt off, wrapped off, sucked out through my colon. I had tried so many things. The amount of funds that I put in buying clothes and shoes and get my hair done to cover up the fact that I was extremely big versus the amount of money I wasted trying to get the bigness to be gone. But never once did I stop and say, let me take all this money that I'm spending on all these clothes so I can be the cute big girl and go get a therapist and pay that $50 a week to see a therapist. See, I thought that was expensive until I ended up on my deathbed, and then $50 all of a sudden came cheap to keep your life. Because one thing I understood and two things for certain is that if I'm not careful, I'll eat over the way I feel. That's why I'm choosing to bring you 2 books every day to read with me. I'm choosing to do this because what I've learned rapidly, thusly, over 10 years is that if I don't stay in constant evaluation of the thinking patterns that are deep within me, I will get caught up in the behavior. And before I know it, I will be on my way back down that road. And I don't want to be on that street. I don't want to even be in that neighborhood. Many years ago, I did Mary Kay, and a beautiful speaker. She was an African-American, she was a Black American millionaire in isogenics. And I can't think of a name. It may have been Gloria Mayfield Banks. And Gloria Mayfield Banks was also an attorney. She's a very powerful leader and woman in the industry, but also in her field. And she said this, I believe it came from her. If it didn't come from her, it came from one of her millionaire downlines. What she said in a meeting over what now would be almost 20 years ago for me. I was sitting in that room and I weighed about 460 pounds at the time, and I had oxygen. I'll say I was about 370. And I was on oxygen due to my weight and my asthma. And I was only about 25 years old. And what she said, coming from a woman who has survived a lot of abuse, childhood traumas, et cetera, and the list goes on, you name it, I can claim it. And I knew that I spent a lot of time in my mind reliving the abuse, reliving the pain, reliving the rejection, reliving the loneliness, reliving the abandonment. I knew that I spent a lot of time in my mind in those thoughts. I also knew that every time a certain type of person would ask me about my past, I had no problem giving them my calling card. That's what she called it. She called it a calling card or carpet. The statement is starting to elude me. But she said that your mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go there alone. I further added, I said something of the nature of Melvin Colbert said, yes, I did. God brought me out too. Amen. Yeah, hey, you better talk about it. It says your mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go alone. I need you to tap the like button if you heard me. If you even know what that means. If you get it, you get it. Your mind is a dangerous neighborhood. Don't go there alone. And then I later added this about 4 years later. I discovered that if I would not, I'm clean and sober 4 years. I've not picked up a drink or ate to overthink in over 8 years, and I've not picked up a drink in 4. Sobriety rocks, recovery matters, and you can recover from any affliction, addiction, vice, or trip that's got you caught up in life, living the way that you would never want to live if you've been held bondage. I know many people have many ideas about many things, and I too was just like you. But what I would tell you, if you get desperate enough, if you get low enough, if you get broke enough, if you get beat down enough, you will seek a power greater than yourself. And in seeking, you will be sought. And once you get sought, that higher power that is greater than you will open up the pathways and the doorways to allow you a space to understand your experiences better. When you gain the experiences better and understand what has happened to you and how you have dealt with it on a physiological state, you can begin to attack what's going on with you, within your weight, within your business, within your job, within your relationship, within your marriage, with your kids, with your past, with your prayer. It opens up this door of eternal revolving to healing. Back at you. I love you too. Good morning, Christopher. Good morning, Snatcher. Good morning, Miss Brooks. How are you? Good morning, Jones. What I need you to understand is if you would not send your child to a dangerous setting, you know how you live in that city. And if you like me, you grew up in not a really good place. And so after you left that place and became an adult, they would tell you don't go there alone after a certain time because it's dangerous. Or even today, there's neighborhoods in some of the cities that we live close to or live in or currently are residents of where there's something. We have to accept that there may be something just a little bit leaning to the left or the right. You just heard my beautiful sister in the other live on my regular TikTok. You just heard her say, sis, I've fallen off the wagon. I've been feeling with everything going on in the loneliness. Remember, the number one key to what we are pursuing here and why we are pursuing it every morning, me coming here in my natural, no lashes, no lip gloss, just a cup of coffee. Just a cup of coffee, my flipper, and my fresh pajamas. I usually change my clothes, so I can be fresh. But the point I'm making is I'm coming here fresh, real, and raw in the wholeness so that you can see the authenticity that I'm trying to give to you, that I want you to catch. I want you to catch it. And I want you to catch it for you. I want you to be inspired by what I've done, but I want you to be willing to pursue the same thing in one way or another for you. Now, see, you don't got to sign up with me. Right now, my $3,500 program, which is an intensive outpatient program provided to you virtually 4 to 5 days a week, one time a month, individual monthly assessments. You got meal plans done for you. You ain't got to do nothing but show up and go up and go down in pant size. My clients typically lose between 15 and 21 pounds within 5 weeks. No dieting. Because we deal with the way you think, not the way you eat. That comes next. See, the thinking is how we get caught up. So I need to immediately jump on your thoughts. I need to jump on them and ride them like a horse, basically. Because when I do that, when we do that, when I guide you and show you how to do that, then you are in a consistency of looking at your thoughts so that those thoughts don't get you in that kitchen chewing and emaciating. So you're not chewing and Netflixing. Y'all say Netflix and chilling. I say Netflix and chewing. You call it what you want to, but that's what many of us do. And so what we do is we begin to look at why these behaviors become comforting. Why am I waiting all day to eat till late at night and then go to bed? What am I doing? Why am I doing that? Am I feeling comfortable? Is that fullness that I'm laying my head down on the pillow with from eating? Is it bringing me some form of emotional completion and satisfaction? Is it filling the gap of an empty bed? Is it healing the wound of a missed man? Is it making the loneliness from the deceased parents, the deceased child feel better? Comfort. Amen, serenity, and you better know it. Just like a baby. Why does Coach teach an entire series on emaciation, chewing, and overeating from the womb? We are taught to over-emaciate from the womb. Every time we cry, if you got the right mama and the right daddy or the right grandma, every time you cry when you were a baby, you got a bottle. And when you're about 4 or 5 months old, if you were really fussy and you were in an ethnic home, you got cereal in your bottle when your bowels couldn't even digest it. So you were forced into early digestion because your parents were trying to give you less milk by giving you more in one bottle. So they were feeding you cereal early because they were saying you weren't getting full because you were crying more. They assumed your crying was because you were still hungry, because that's what we're taught. We're not taught that babies are communicating with us by crying. Some babies are born with medical ailments and they cry as a way to communicate, and we stuff in a bottle in their mouth. We have to be more open and more aware. But what did I tell you in the beginning of this live? 2 things prevent us from sustaining weight loss: knowledge and access. Today's reading, day 25. We are live on day 25. It is written, and now my daughter, fear not. Nope, day 24. Sorry, day 24. I'm glad I caught myself because y'all know I be on the wrong day. You guys, if you're just now joining, we do a daily reading on fear. We face our fears related to our wellness, weight loss goals, business, relationships, marriage, etc. As a retired professional in the therapeutic and behavioral health space, I like to provide an arena where we cover all aspects of living. You can't tell me that you can change your physical presentation and that you ain't got to change nothing else. Honey, the skinny you is not the same as the big you. I don't know why we think it is. That woman you used to be, we don't want to go back to her. We don't know her. She was the old version for you. She was good for that moment. We don't need to continue to try to figure her out. She was good for that moment. Are you following what I'm saying? She was good for that moment. We don't need to keep tapping on into that. We're going to roll on over to something else. She was good for that moment. And now we want to discover the new version. Good morning, Miss Queen. Good morning. I am Cassandra. We want to serve the new version. So no, we don't want to go back to who we used to be. I don't need to look like I used to look because I'm not the same person. My body ain't the same body. My booty ain't the same booty. These boobies ain't the same boobies. It's a whole nother presentation occurring now. So therefore, I'm not willing to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't need to go back because the person that I go back to can't even relate to the person I've become because I'm a whole new version of me. I understand that I'm changing every part of me. If I could change everything else, I would probably change that too because I don't want to deal nothing with that defective person that was caught up and trapped in her victimization from her childhood abuse. See, I learned why I was eating. I just told you. I can tell you why I've eaten every morsel of food. Because anytime today, the pain related to any of that pain I felt as a young child, I ate over it. Because when I was a very young girl, I ate over it. And so I've been eating over my life and how to feel better for almost 30 some years. And it wasn't until the age of about 36 or 37 years old that I realized I was a raging food addict. But I knew in 2014 something was wrong. So I started catering. I started looking at food recovery and addiction-based programs. And then I start getting therapy and working with people who offered therapeutic safe spaces for people who were losing weight, that did healing for trauma. And then I looked at my own degrees, licensings, and practicum, and I applied what I had done all those years ago to exactly what I felt like weight loss needed. And it needed a therapeutic foundation and space. It needed an arena where you were able to look at all areas of your life and how they may be connected to how you eat, how you don't eat, and how you live. That's some of the things that we as a community and a country have made superficial are really so deep. And that our country itself is suffering from 3 types of obesity: generational obesity, environmental obesity, and cultural obesity. I believe that when we educate more people on those 3 types of obesity, then we can provide people with real recommendations, real services, and real supports for sustainable weight loss. If an individual has an environment that isn't conducive of wellness or weight loss, then how can I, as a provider, send them back into that environment and then tell them I need them to go lose weight? If a person doesn't understand the difference between a carb and a vegetable, how can I tell them to eat more nutritious if I don't supply them with a nutritionist? If a person tells me they're depressed and they emotionally overeat, and I tell them to get a better coping skill, but I don't provide them with a prior authorization for therapy, inpatient program, outpatient program, or any form of support or assistance, then how do they sustain the weight? You see, if everything I offer leads you to a door of nowhere, then what will happen is you'll just end up nowhere. And it was once told to me a long time ago that a person that repeats the same thing over and over, just wearing different clothes, was as insane as the hamster on the hamster wheel they couldn't get off. So the reason why I choose to show up every day for 365 days and fear not is because I refuse to go into 2025 living in any type of fear, in any area, in any space. I've officially taken up the stake and decided that fear ain't safe and it ain't allowed to dwell in my space. And I encourage you to join me to make sure that it don't dwell in your space either. Because see, fear is this tricky thing that shows up in things like procrastination, telling white lies, shutting your voice down, not standing up for oneself, always apologizing, being codependent, overly emotional regularity. These all things can be driven by the secret little word that begins with an F and ends with an R. I was once told 2 meanings for fear: false evidence appearing real, or F everything and run. F everything and run. So today I encourage you not to be in fear, but to stand strong in what you know might be realistic for you, is that you are a winner. You always was. Life just started happening and you took a detour, a vacation. You're not dead. You're simply buried under residue of your past. Day 24. And the Lord said unto him, peace be unto thee. Fear not, thou shalt not die. Judges 2:6-23. The principle for today: fear of death is a destructive snare. Break it. Fear of death. Yay! Thank you, Serenity. Thank you for the gifts. Oh my gosh, 39 hearts. I don't think I've ever had that many. Thank you. You guys, I hardly ever get gifts because I'm so focused on making sure that I give you what my written out topics. I make sure I stay on point with my type ups. I try to prepare better every day. The more we do this, the better aligned it'll get. But because on Saturdays, I decided on Saturdays we'll make the live more like an hour long instead of just 15 minutes, so that I'm able to spend time with you guys and answer questions. And so we can kind of make it like a question answer. And you can ask some of the meals that I eat. You can ask about the exercises. I can show you the bands that I've been talking about that went viral. We did get another 50 more packages of those in. So we are gifting these right now. You get a set of 3 for only $14.97. But if you get our duo or one of our bundles, these bands do come in there for free. So you're not only getting the bands, but you're going to be getting the nutritional support and the nutritional and emotional support you need to actually get some results. So it's not just giving you some bands, but I want you to know how to use them. So we also provide you with the little miniature band workout in your portal, and that portal provides you with some workouts that you can do with the band so you can know how to use them. I also go live and use the bands as well. So I want to just encourage you to stay focused and stay whole and provide you with solutions as I read through each reading our topic. I want to provide you with that solution right away so I don't forget. Okay. So principle: fear of death is a destruction snare. Break it. Fear of death. Good morning, Mob Door Decor. Thank you. How was Christmas decorating? Yes, I want to do another to my mods, if you want me to come back on later and do the Q&A when we do the raffle. I wanted to pin the cash app for the raffle is going to be $ Mary. Hi. Amen. Claim it 2025. The cash app for that to win that air fryer is going to be $lowercase IRISE 615. Okay, we're raffling off an 8.5 quart and $500 worth of digital coaching products, meal plans, as well as merchandise and a few other items to help you be successful. You also get a set of free bands, and they're also for this raffle. So for $7, you can get one raffle ticket. You're going to put your full name in the memo bar for the raffle. You can get 3 for $20. So it's very simple. 1 for $7, 3 for $20. When we hit 10 purchase tickets, we're going to raffle it off. It's not for the purpose of income or anything. It's literally to offer women an option going into the new year to eat more healthier, right? And so what I'm doing is providing you with the actual air fryer and the cookbook, which has an air fryer section, so that you can truly succeed. I'm going to give you the tool and the knowledge. Access knowledge. What did I tell you about earlier? Access knowledge. Yes, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, I want to talk to you about the speaking engagement we were chatting about. Access knowledge. I just haven't gotten around to it. I apologize, my love. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Access knowledge. I want you. Thank you so much, Pipes. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Charles, for liking the live. I want you to have both. Welcome in, Salamika. I want you to have both. Access knowledge. When we have access, the cash app is going to be $ lowercase IRISE 615. And we just want to sell 10 tickets. That's it. For $7, you can buy 1 for $7 or 3 for $20. And we are raffling off this big box. You're going to put your full name in the memo, because what we do is I take your full name and I contact you. If your phone number, if you feel comfortable giving your phone number, you can. But usually normally what I do is message you back on the app and tell you to text me. And then that's how I get your information. But if you feel comfortable, you can put your number too. $ lowercase IRISE. So IRISE. IRISE 615. $ IRISE 615 for those raffle tickets. Okay. Just going to sell 10, and then we're going to raffle that baby so I can get you your box by the beginning of the year. I decree the fear of death will flee from my life in Jesus' name. So how many people are afraid of dying? This is really a weird question, so I'm not going to oppose my opinion on this topic. Yes, ma'am, no apologies needed. I'm influenced. Really? Yes. Come on in. Okay, you guys, I'm talking to my good girlfriend, Mary Ellen. She is a part of the ISA family, okay? And she lives in Puerto Rico, but she's in the States. I'm excited to see her in the live. Okay. I decree that fear over death will flee from my life in Jesus' name. The reason why I ask if anyone is afraid, okay? If anyone is afraid of death, okay? The reason why I actually ask you that is because I know a lot of people that are afraid of dying. Olivia, I got you. Olivia, I got you. I got you. Olivia, got you. Checkmate. We only need two more. I believe we were at 7 this morning. We need 2 more tickets purchased, and we will be able to have our raffle this afternoon at 12 p.m. Arizona time. At 12 p.m. Arizona time, because remember, I'm going to call Cynthia at 11, and then after I call Cynthia, we're going to have our raffle. And that raffle, that cash app is $ lowercase IRISE 615, and I am raffling off an 8.5 air fryer. It's a stainless steel. It's a see-through air fryer. It's all digital. Y'all know I'm fancy. Y'all know I like nice stuff. Now, y'all know the air fryer is super nice. If you participated in this raffle last year, you know that last year the raffle went so good that we raffled off two air fryers. The raffle went through the roof. Out of nowhere, people start buying tickets, baby. And the raffle was so freaking good that I went out. Me and my moderator is here right now that we raffled off 2 air fryers because there was a young lady that really needed the air fryer, and she was trying so hard for her air fryer. So we made sure she got the air fryer. So I just want you to know that we are legit. Salita Rosa, welcome in. You guys, my ladies, they bake all the goodies. Remember I told you about that second location. They are on and popping. So be sure you check them out if you're local. Yes, it was amazing. TR, thank you so much for last year. I really appreciate and honor you for that. And that like bonded us. You're so welcome, Serenity. You're so welcome. So make sure you grab your raffle ticket. So don't worry. If we get enough participants, y'all know I'm going to go ahead and get another one. So don't play with it. Let's get them raffle tickets. Come on in. It's just $7. It's $IRISE 615. And it's so we can give somebody a wellness basket. So last year, this actual basket blessed 2 people, 2 families. We had a family with children. And then we had an older, doesn't matter. She went through some things, and that box showed up at her door right in time. Yeah, she went through some major things, and that box showed up at her door at the right time. And this is why I talk to you guys about the importance of knowing what is happening in your brain at all times. The second one is peace of God overwhelm me in Jesus' name. So remember yesterday and the day before we talked about that anxiousness and how many of us have that consistency and anxiousness, and it causes us to overeat, to snack, eat, to emotionally engage, have emotional regularity. Remember, we talked about it. We've been talking about it. Reason why I keep bringing these things up so that I can educate you about them. When you become aware of the wording, the terminology, you can seek these definitions. You can go Google them. You can go verify it in the DSM-5. The reason why I'm so heavily about educating you on these terms and this information is so that if you are suffering from an illness that is related to your mental health, that you get the right help that you need, and that you don't think you taking an injection is going to make your brain or your depression or anxiety. Yes, it will. It may change it because you're messing with the chemistry of your body, but it's nothing wrong with you seeking some help that you need professionally. Okay. Don't be afraid to seek the help that you need professionally. Thank you guys so much for thank you for the loves. Let's get into it. All right. Peace of God overwhelm me in Jesus' name. And that's pretty much to the point. If you're walking around in fear of any one thing, particularly death, because you realize if you spend all your time afraid of dying, you're not living. I saw yesterday on TV, the gentleman said, if you only 99% in, is 100% out. Blown. Woo! Did you guys just hear that? There is no death, faith in the spirit, and life everlasting. Amen. Thank you for all you do, baby. You are so welcome. Hey, Jenny, good morning. My ISA family is in them. Y'all better quit playing with my ISA family. Y'all don't know I'm connected. See, y'all keep thinking I'm a BB. If you know what a BB is, you know I'm not. Don't get it twisted. I got friends in low places where the whiskey is dry and the beer chases my blues away, but I don't drink. So what can I say? Should I say the shots chase my blues away? I'm only saying that to say that the ladies that are in my Instagram are all a part of why I'm sitting at this counter. Because when I was on my deathbed, one of my girlfriends that was using isogenic shake, she brought me the shake to put in my feeding tube. It was because of her lack of fear. Yeah, I don't even know. I just got goosebumps when I said that. Wow. When I started this series on fear, I had no idea the blessings that I would begin to see in my own life. But it was her lack of fear that I get to sit here. Wow. And now I'm doing 365 days on fear. I need y'all to catch that. If you know, you know. Click the picture. My girlfriend came to me when I looked like this, and because I was on a feeding tube, offered me a shake and told me to ask my doctor if we could put it in my feeding tube. And I did. It was because of the purity of the nutrition that began to lessen the toxins that were overtaking my body from the medications. Because I was sick and I was eating, I was literally eating myself to death with a disease that you can live with. Diabetes is livable. We shouldn't be dying from that. Being mildly overweight is livable. We shouldn't be dying from that. One person was fearless. Her choice gave me the option to have the life to become fearless, for you, to teach you that the fear that I was able to work through is the only reason why I'm able to sustain what I'm able to sustain. It is because I'm looking fear in the eye, and I'm challenging you to do it with me. It would have been 10 years ago this winter. You see, I'm sitting in the epitome of the miracle. Y'all should be tapping the like button, dropping everybody's gifts but your cousins. This, y'all know this December 2020, 2014, right? This December 2014. Does anybody know what month we in? The other one's in in June. Remember, the other one's on my 36th birthday. It's in June. That June of the same year. What I'm trying to show y'all is I didn't get better right away. I had to keep showing up. Or I would have just stopped at losing 160 pounds. But what happened was I became curious about what would happen if I started pumping my body with nutrition instead of starving it. How much weight could a person lose if you fueled it with all the nutrition that they said the body needs to thrive? Could you actually lose weight eating more, moving more, thinking better? Is that possible? I don't know. Women that watch me do the journey, these women on Instagram, you realize they saw me when I was bigger than this, because they actually know me from when I first started. You understand? Somebody from my church brought that product. Y'all don't get it. Yeah. She was fearless. God put something on her heart for a total individual that was technically a stranger in all essence of the word. She was my neighbor. We was close, but we weren't best friends. She had no real reason. She didn't benefit or anything from telling me to try something different. She didn't benefit nothing. Not in that moment. She took a chance. She stepped outside of her fear. And because she was fearless, I went from lifeless to lifeful. It was her lack of fear that got me here. It was her lack of fear that gave me the audacity to test the what if, which is why my book is called What If. You understand what I'm saying? Follow the path. It was her fearlessness that made her come to me and approach me when I looked like this, because you realize no one else had told me I looked like this. See, I didn't know I looked like this. This photo was taken by a girlfriend of mine named Jasper from the Church of Latter-day Saints. Her grandmother took it on an old school camera. I can actually go behind me on my living room table and pull this very photo from the Polaroid that it's on, the real Polaroid, not that the old school Polaroid, not the printed one, the old school one, where her grandma still had a camera in 2014, and she gave me that photo. And when I came around, I found the photo laying somewhere. I didn't even know these photos existed, because what happened was the bigger I got, the less I looked at me. Tap the like button if you know what I'm talking about. The bigger I got, the less I looked at me, because I could not tolerate who this was, who this had become, what she had done to herself. I didn't want to be a part of this anymore. I wanted to be able to move on. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you for the likes. I can't see the comments, y'all, because I can't see. Let me try to switch it where I can read the comments. Okay, there we go. It should be better. Thank you so much, Olivia. Olivia, I saw you join. I saw the second raffle join. I saw you. I saw that raffle as well. So now we're just looking for more and more raffles. Cynthia, thank you for the likes. Thank you guys so much for the love. Good morning, Misunderstood. Thank you. Mary Ellen said, boom. Jen said, drop those truths. See? Listen, I told somebody, I don't know where I was, but you know, every now and then I have to tell people to Google me, because they be trying to check my authenticity. And I'm not arguing with nobody over something that I done had to die 9 times to come back to talk about. Now, what I'm not about to do is argue with you about me dying. Not going to do it. So if you don't believe what I'm trying to tell you, don't believe it. Okay? Those who get it are going to get this. You understand what I'm saying? If you think what I do ain't going to work, I don't know what to tell you. I'm telling you, I've been doing it for 10 years and I've helped over 14,000 people do the same thing. I'm not delusional at it. I'm using science-backed nutrition along with mental health intensive outpatient therapeutic coaching. That's why my clients are excelling. Not because I got them drinking vinegar and running to the gym every day, or starving themselves and detoxing for 12 weeks straight, losing all their hair, their teeth, with dental issues, bowel issues, blockages, kidney failures, lack of protein, liver damage. I'm not doing all that, because our bodies are not supposed to be meant to go through that. Our bodies are supposed to receive the proper amount of nutrition on a daily basis, consistently throughout the day, in order to provide us with fuel and energy, so that not only we think better, but we move better and we function in a whole system. We can't do that if we don't even have the knowledge of what our body should be eating, when it should be eating it. If you don't know your body's most active metabolic rate, and you just out here eating based on when your body feels hungry, you're never going to be able to retrain your metabolism to be more active. If you're starving yourself and you're eating 1 meal a day and you're losing weight, you're going to plateau. I'm not being negative. I'm telling you the truth. You know why you're going to plateau? Because your body's going to become familiar with your technique of starving it. And what happens is your body's a muscle. It's muscles all up in you. Well, they remember things, and they're going to remember that you cut your calories down to 800 to lose that 100 pounds. Well, guess what? If you want to lose 100 more, your body's going to say, well, now you can only eat 500 calories a day. Now we got issues with our bowels, because our bowels are not being given enough solid foods on a consistent basis to actively function. So now you got backed up waste in you. Now you got to dump something out. So now you're drinking apple cider vinegar, pulling out all your pre and probiotics, all trying to get the weight that you got plateaued on off of you, that came from the lack of knowledge that got you there. But never mind, I digress, because it causes weight loss. You're going to keep drinking that apple cider vinegar. Never mind the fact you're pulling all of your pre and probiotics out of your gut lining, because there's no way to decide between the two. But y'all don't want to drink y'all food. You don't want to drink a protein shake, but you will drink the same stuff I pour down my toilet and kitchen sink to clean the soot and bacteria and poison out of the pipes. You'll take a shot of that to get a thin stomach, but you won't drink a shake. Y'all better, let's get to the next reading. Y'all play too much. Hold on a minute. That's me. I don't like looking at myself. I don't need a Cynthia. I never when I got real big, you guys, what I would do is I would only do my makeup this big. You understand? So I would never, if you look at my face is real big down here. So I kept my hair done and my lashes on. And that was the two things I consistently did when I got really big, because I could not tolerate what I saw when I looked back at myself. I couldn't. But what was interesting, and this is no offense to any woman that has to do this right now to survive, because it's how I survived. But what was the saddest part is that I always was smiling. I was always the life of the party, but I had to work so hard to act that way because it wasn't the truth. Because inside I was dying. I was fighting depression, suicidal ideations, loneliness, abandonment, and all a breath of feelings and emotions from my unresolved childhood traumas. But because of the ridicule that comes with you being a plus size person, I had to show up or get ate up. And what I mean by getting ate up, I was going to talk about me before you could talk about me. I was going to be the smart, educated, rich, bougie, big black girl before you could ever try to say anything about my size. I was going to make sure you knew I was educated with multiple degrees, multiple bank accounts, multiple businesses, straight from the hood. But today, that's not who I am. I can go into a room and I don't care if you know who I am or not. And that's because of the peace that I've been able to sustain within myself. I no longer need to go somewhere to make you see me. Because the energy that has been restored in my soul and the healing that I've been able to experience, you're going to feel me before I ever enter your presence. Your spirit is going to be acknowledged and alerted that I'm arriving. See, I don't have to work hard to be seen anymore, because if you're a soulful person, your soul's going to see my soul and my soul going to be smiling, because I know where I came from. I know what I've been through. I know what it took. It took discipline to get up every day for many years and be willing to push a blender. It took discipline to rearrange my budget to make sure I could afford the products. It took discipline to not get my nails done to make sure that the $100 I needed for my products were on the bank. It took discipline to not get lace front wigs and glue ins and sew ins to make sure that I got the nutrition in my home for me and my family. It took discipline to make sure, no matter how sleepy I was, but if I went out to the club and turned up, I got up and took my butt to church, and then I took my butt to work out. Because if I was willing to turn up and to kick it up, if I can do all the TikTok challenge and dancing, then there's no reason why, if you tell me to go work out, I should say to you that my knees hurt. My back hurt. Your back wasn't hurt when you was TikTok challenging and dancing and dropping it low and popping it back. Remember that same energy when it's time to go to the gym. Remember that same energy when you need to walk far from the car, when you need to park your car at the back of the parking lot and walk to that door for that exercise. Have that same energy you have when you meddling in people's business to eat right. Have that same energy when you gossiping and talking about people to make sure you don't go to that gas station every morning to get that junk food and call it breakfast. Have the same energy that when you get mad and you clapping down and call yourself clowning people and putting them in that place, that when it's done to you, you're receiving of it and you ain't offended. See, have that same energy, but see, many of us ain't mature enough to have that same energy. See, that takes healing. That takes willingness. That takes growth. And many of us. Peace and love, baby. Thank you for all you do. We'll connect before I leave the stage. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. And thank you so much if you just came in. Now we're going to hop over to Melody Beattie, as we are finishing up with our last 2 minutes of our morning reading on Saturday. On Saturdays, this reading will be a little bit longer than normal. I will allow us the space to really talk, really read, or me to really share, which is what we're doing today. This is normally only a 15 to 20 minute live, but I wanted to actually drop some knowledge, some nuggets, and some information on you so that you don't not only just watch the live and be inspired, but you watch the live and become motivated to a state of willingness, that you become willing to rise. I rise, which is I realize I'm strong enough no matter what the circumstances for you may be. So Melody Beattie says, heal yourself. Wow. You know what? I don't know who's in these lives, but somebody is in one of these lives. You've been praying and crying and fasting and praying and crying about something. And the last topic I just spoke on, this reading right here and this reading is clearly for you. I don't know who you are. It ain't none of my business. I like to mind my own business because I can't fight. So I don't want to be in nobody's business. I can't fight. But I don't know who it's for, but whoever this is for, I just want you to open your heart and your mind and receive it. Open your heart and mind and receive it. This is for you. You've been stagnant too long. You've been waiting too long. You've been too scared. You got to get unscared. Serenity, I see you. I validate you. Cynthia, I see you. I validate you. You have to get unscared. Sunshine, how are you, baby? It's so good to see you, sweetheart. I validate you, but this is for you. What is the likelihood that everything I've been talking about since I cut on this live in the bathroom brushing my teeth, when I introduced you all to Michaela, who her handle on TikTok is Retired Big Backyardigan. I encourage you guys to follow her. She is a master's of social work who provides a therapeutic space for women who are working on weight loss and take the GLP. She herself is on her own journey, and she can directly give you personal experiences. You guys know that it's what I love. I love when a sister got a personal experience and she got that behavioral health training. That means she knows all about that mindset and she's willing to get into it. If you know, you know. Heal yourself. Infuse healing energy into yourself, into your being. For too long, we've been attracted to things that drain us, exhausting our body, depleting our soul. That time has passed. The world is a spa, a nature retreat, a wealth of healing resources. Pour Epsom salts and essential oils into your bath. Sit quietly by the tree or in a garden. Walk around the block in your neighborhood. Spend an afternoon in a nearby park or a day at the lake or beach. Throw stones into the river while you sit on the bank contemplating the eternal stream of life. Allow beautiful music to quietly imbue the stillness with healing instead of the pounding of your mind. Light a fire and awaken the darkened hearth to glowing flames and soothing warmth. You're welcome. Rise from your bed early in the morning. Open the curtains. Watch the sunrise. Feel the sunrise. Let it infuse you with its message. Let it energize you, invigorate you, fill you with life. At day's end, return to the window or the step outside. Watch the sunset. Absorb its changing colors, spreading out beyond the horizon. Feel how it changes the earth and all it touches. How do y'all know I can't see that good? Pet a puppy, stroke a piece of velvet, listen to a symphony. If you can't slow down long enough to absorb the energy the first time, do it a second time and the third. Absorb revitalizing energy until you can hear your voice, hear your heart tell you what you feel, what would feel good, what would bring peace, and what would bring stillness and joy. Before long, doing what brings healing and joy will become as natural as it used to be to do what drains, tires, depletes, and exhausts. I'm going to read that again just to make sure you caught that, okay? It says, before long, I'm going to go back one more sentence. It says, absorb revitalizing energy until you can hear your voice, hear your heart tell you what would feel good, what would bring peace, and what would bring stillness and joy. Before long, doing what brings healing and joy will become as natural as it used to be when blah, blah, blah. Before long, doing what brings healing and joy will become as natural as it used to be to do what drains, tires, depletes, and exhausts you. I don't know why I couldn't get that reading out, guys. I am so sorry. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you guys for the likes. Today's phrase, our reading by Miss Melody, is the following. It isn't enough to draw near to the light. Absorb it into you. Let it change you and change with its energy and its power. Healing is all around you. Wherever you are, whatever your resources, healing energy and joy are there. Wherever you are, whatever your resources, healing energy and joy are there. That is December 28th by Melody Beattie. We literally have 3 more days and we will be on day 1 of this book. We are on day 25 of the overcome. So if you want to join us in on the challenge we're doing, we are facing our fears and how they may be holding us back in our lives over the next year. I know, but we've already done 25 days. So really, we only have 340 days to go in a bag. You're going to look up, and I'm going to be sitting probably at a different counter because we plan on like maybe possibly moving into a home, but a bigger home. But check this out. I'm going to be sitting at the counter with these two books looking like somebody done beat them from Holy Cracker-Mac, talking to you about this next year Christmas and how all of you guys who have shown up and been consistent are going to have all these testimonies and all these stories to tell me of how you went out and got the books. You done faked your fruit, and now you sitting at the counter at your nice house, at your nice crib, and your nice car, doing your nice things, living it big. All because what we did what? Together. For a whole year, we faced our fears. We looked our fears in the face. We looked at the codependent behaviors that we often have in our lives. We attacked it head on, and we said, fear not. You will not hold me captive. I will no longer be a victim to your foolishness. I will no longer F everything and run. I will no longer present false evidence appearing real. I will no longer stand in fear, period. Point blank, we closing this thing out like that. We will no longer stand, period. That's our new thing. We will no longer stand in, period, fear. We will no longer do that. We quit. We're not willing to do it no more. We retire. We're retiring fear. What we're gonna do is get us a degree now in what we're gonna call faith. We're gonna get us a faith-based degree. We are officially, remember last week we was on a football team. Last week we was on a football team. This week, we're no longer standing in fear. We're retiring fear, and we're getting a master's degree in faith. We're learning how to be faithful. And who did I tell y'all we're gonna work on being faithful in? Ourselves. Why? Coach, why are you talking about faith in yourselves? Because many of y'all don't even believe y'all can be healthy. You actually think that the God you serve would set you up to be stuck in a body where you can't live your best self, stuck in a mindset where you can't live your best self, stuck in a financial circumstance where you can't do nothing fun, living in a crisis where you always on edge, where your body's always fighting. Like, you cannot tell me that the power you serve set that out for you to live like that forever. Now he didn't. I'm not sending it for you, not either. We quit. Where do we sign our resignation letter? We're not turning in our resignation letter. We're going to sign it. Yeah, because it's going to be fact. So we're going to come in and sign it for validity, for verification, to let you know we done playing. Serenity. I just want to be healthy and ride roller coaster. Serenity. Amen. Serenity. You need to be, I know who you are. So you need to be already in my chat talking about, Coach, can I please have one of the 15-minute free consultations? Cynthia, www.whatifirise.com. There's some free 15-minute there's some free 15-minute appointments. And even if the appointment is after the 7th, get the appointment. That doesn't mean you have to wait for me to call you. That means that appointment will be an intake. It'll be more of an intake instead of just a consultation. Okay. So Serenity, message me your cell. Make sure I have your updated cell. Cynthia, message me your cell. Make sure I have your updated cell, because once I hop over here after my next meeting, I would like to touch base with you two ladies. We have 250 spots. That's all I have left. I know that I normally take more people at the end of the year. Last year, we took over 550 women when we did the $79 enrollment challenge. But unfortunately, I cannot take that many women because I am launching a new, more supported program. I'm bringing on some outside experts to provide my women with even more wealth and knowledge to overcome this, because we want our women to not just lose weight, but we want them to walk into better financial situations. So some of my ladies already have side hustles, but they don't have the pathway to turn it into legitimacy. So we want to bring in someone who specializes in helping them get their side hustle legitimate. Many of us are actually stuck stuck in our weight loss struggles because we actually cannot afford to be healthy, which is one of the reasons why my program for the coaching portion of it, which is normally thousands of dollars, is only $79 right now, so that I can allow women during one of the most stressful times of the year, basically a bypass to be able to come in a community where we can support you, not just physically for your weight loss goals, but mentally for your emotional and wellness. Okay. And so by providing that platform for women, we allow women to have a safe space where they can release both. It's not just weight loss. The women deal with real life issues, and so they need a space to go where they can kind of let that go and it not be judged. And I try to provide that. I know that I provide that for my ladies, so I enjoy doing that and I love what I do. So I'm just excited. So I would love to talk to you ladies, to add you to take. We already took two, so we're down to 246 after I talk to you ladies. So the goal is 250 amazing women by December 31st. I just set the goal literally last week. I woke up one day and was like, it kept the number 250. I couldn't figure out what it meant. And I was sitting at my desk and I literally wrote out on a paper, I'm going to help 250 women start their weight loss journey. And I thought, well, how can I do that? And I knew the first way that I could do that is to make sure that my very amazing yet proven results-oriented system that I've created is almost an amazing program with everyone doing their holiday stuff. Let's make it where they can practically get the program for free. You have up to 5 months. Do you hear me? 5 months to get started, to get doubled down, to get settled in. We no longer downgrade you to the downgrade portal where the resources are. You now get to stay exactly where you enroll. So that's the bonus we wanted to add this year, as well as all the new perks that will be available. But for that $79, you will be getting your one-on-one monthly coaching, your check-ins, your daily groups, your daily workouts, the daily minute. You will be getting all those things plus the 4 new services that I'll be launching. So I'm excited to have you guys in my space. I'm excited to be here. I love what I do. And so because I actually like what I do, it has a different feel. When I was working for the government, for the state, I felt like my hands were at like, and I offer pay in 4. I just saw that message pop up in my message. Yes, I do offer pay in 4, Kaylana, Afterpay, Zip, Shop Pay, name it. Afterpay, PayPal, for all of that. We do offer all options so that you can get started for less than $35 today, so that you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till after holidays. You don't have to wait. You can get started right now. The primary thing you need to get started with my program is not that you have to go out and buy a lot of things right away. You actually can start off by just getting enrolled and going to the grocery store. And what I mean by that is the products that I teach women to use. Not only do I teach you how to use the supplements, but I teach you how to get the proper items from your local store to get similar, if not the same results. After 10 years of testing, try different herbs. We do make a specialized detox tea on my team, which is what has contributed to my weight loss over the last 8.5 years. I incorporated this tea about 8.5 years ago, along with the plates and the bands at the same time. And what I learned is when I put those 3 things together, oh my gosh, thank you guys so for the likes. When I put those 3 things together, I can lose anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds in a 21-day rotation. When I use the vibration plate, the bands, and I drink the detox tea, which is 8 ounces of warm or cold detox tea in the morning. There's no pooping involved. The detox tea, its primary focus is that it focuses on the visceral fat in the body. So when you drink it, it activates your metabolism. It focuses on putting your body into apogee to pull off those toxins through ketosis. Then you actually excrete those toxins instead of through bowel. You're going to excrete them. I must be tired. Through urine. You're going to pee it all out. Okay. Because what happens is if you're not careful with detox products, you end up dehydrating your organs. So although you feel fine, your organs on the inside are actually being dehydrated from the natural waters and the water in the body. And so you want to be really careful about how you choose to detox and what you choose to use. Okay. Any other questions? I'm so excited. Cynthia and Serenity, I'm so excited. Send me the thing right now. Don't forget. And if you're in this live and you want to get started, you want to know what I'm talking about, you want the free consultation, all I got to do is send me a message. If you'll send me a message, because I'm going to be helping them as soon as I get out of my meeting, I can follow you up after them before 12 noon. And at 12 noon, we're going to go live and we are going to be raffling off on the platforms that you're currently on. I'm going to come back and that's when I'm going to raffle off the air fryer. It is $7 for one ticket and 3 for 20. You're going to send that information to Cash App at $ lowercase IRISE, which is iRise. Okay, iRise 615. And that put your full name, because when I raffle your name out, I'm going to call your first name only. But remember, I need to contact you so I can ship it to you, because it's going to be a pretty big box. And so other than that, that's what we have today. I'd like to know more. Sunray, you want to know more about the raffle, my love, or about the coaching? I know you guys, I just need to write her name from Instagram, because I know Sunray, me and her are friends from Facebook. I just haven't. I just need to write her down, because you guys, I'm not usually on Insta, so I got you, Sunray. And I just wanted to get Serenity and Cynthia. Was there anyone else? Did I miss anyone else? Thank you, TR. Invite, share, or purchase. You can purchase a raffle ticket for a friend as well. Yes, that's so true. And I'll see you guys at 12 noon so that we can raffle off our air fryer. For only $7, you can win an 8.5 quart stainless steel see-through air fryer. Now, I think when I go live at 12, when I come back, what I'll do is give you maybe 5 or 10 minutes while we listen to some music to possibly purchase your last minute raffle tickets at that time. But after that, we will close it off into the last names, into the drawing. I'm going to be doing a drawing. It will be on an automated drawing. I'm not physically doing it. I'm going to enter all the names in with the amount of tickets. You'll see your name on the wheel with the amount of times of the tickets you purchased. You'll actually be able to physically see it. And then we're going to hit the button to spin the wheel. It's automated. And then the wheel is going to pick our winner for us. I don't have any control over the winner. So the wheel's going to tell us who wins. And then what I do is I immediately reach out to that person. I get your shipping address and we ship you your box. So that's how that's going to work. Any other questions? You have any for a dessert during the raffle? Do you have anything for dessert? Yeah. I could actually make the sausage biscuit and egg, make a dessert. Okay, so we're either making a dessert or we're making the infamous sausage biscuit and egg sandwich that I got off of, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, I don't know, but it's one of my favorite recipes now. And it's basically, you can freeze them and store them just like breakfast sandwiches. So I make these custom breakfast sandwiches. If you were on my TikTok shop, my phone just died, I'm sorry. So I'm either gonna, thank you TR for reminding me that I have those ingredients already in the refrigerator. So during our live at 12 noon, when you come back, to when I come back live later, we will either be making a simple dessert. Y'all know I'm not good at desserts, so I'm gonna get past my fear, and we're either gonna make a dessert or we're going to keep it cute, and I'm going to show you how to make these breakfast sandwiches from scratch on live, because I usually just post the video. I'm going to show you how easy it is. You whip up your eggs, you toss that in the oven, you get your sausage ready, you pull out your biscuits, and boom, you have literally made homemade sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit sandwiches, and they are so good. I actually made some on bagels last time, and they were smacking. So as you know, or may not know, Cook with Coach Kenya is something I do weekly. And so today, earlier, I actually said we were going to cook with Coach today. So we are right in line. So thanks, T. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right on time. So bye, you guys. Love you, Instagram. Sunray, will you message me? I don't think I have your phone number, Booski. So will you message me? Please. Hold on, guys. Y'all know I'll be live on like 25 platforms. So I have to